Alright, what's up guys, we are back with another video. We will be going over this week's trading session, and so over the whole entirety of the week, which was, I think we only took a trade about 4 days out of the week. So we will be going over those couple of trades that we took in those sessions. So give me here a second, we're going to get our wealth charts out. Amazing, amazing. Alright. Alright, so this is the first trade. This was on Sunday's trade that we took. As you can see here, we initially get, I believe, Asia session open was around here. And we do get an initial drop down to this fair value gap, right? But I mean, this is just real bad price action. We just chop all around. So on the this, there was no entry for here unless you wanted to count this. But I didn't like that just because of all this low resistance that we had, that we generated up here, or down here, I mean. And I didn't like that we did not really sweep into that 15-minute, right? So we did wait a little bit, and then we finally do get the entry. And we do get a 5-minute to open up, a 5-minute for value gap. Now again, this is still not a good trade that we wanted to take, just because of this LR right here that we're generating. Right, this is a lot of LR that we generate. So it was something that could stop me out, but we decided to just take a stab at it, right? Or actually, let's see. I think we actually took it at this candle. And we saw, and then while we were in the trades, when we started generating all that low resistance, but we had already accepted the risk. So now after this is where we actually trailed our stop, because I think it was up here, or maybe it was a break even. I do believe it was a break even spot where we moved up. Okay, yeah, we trailed our stop once we broke above that, and then we actually ended up hitting it right after. Just because this was inside, I believe, of a... So yeah, this was inside of this 2-minute gap right here. Right, that we were pretty respecting, so I wanted to at least be wary that price could reverse off of that gap. So that's why we just started trailing it. But I do think on this trade we do end up going to TP after. Oh no. Yeah, this actually hits stop loss most likely, I think. So it actually goes to stop loss, and then goes to TP. Yeah, so I think that's what it was. It went straight to stop loss. But this chop is just insane. You know, this is 12 a.m. This is midnight after we sweep out Asia lows, and we go back up to Asia highs. So it was some crazy stuff like that. Yeah, nonetheless, that was I believe not a loser, but not a winner exactly. We did make some money on it. But we will go on the next day's trade, which was Monday's AM session. Let's go right to it. Can get there fast enough, hopefully. Okay, there we go. Alright, so with this New York's AM session open, we do display slower. You know, New York opens and it opens up, it just chops around here and then it goes lower. So we were initially, of course, going to be looking for shorts, right? So we do have this 5-minute that opens up here, in which we tap. And no, actually, was this? No, it was a 1 minute. So it was a 1 minute fair value gap. that we actually tap into and sweep out these highs right here. So that was something I did like to see. And then we opened up this one little, this 1 minute fair value gap. Let's see. I do think, okay, yeah, and then also this 5 minute right here. We had just opened up. And then we tap into that 5 minute. And then we get that 1 minute inversion on this candle. And so initially, it's not like the best looking, right? But we did sweep this out. I mean, it's not terrible, but price had already been selling off to where, you know, maybe this wasn't the best one. But I would still probably take it again if I could have. Just maybe went break even probably at this body low. I do think we go to that body low. Maybe not. I don't know. We don't. We never do. Well, maybe you could have went break even here. Alright, no, but you still missed it by a tick. Yeah, it wasn't a bad trade. I mean, we did lose on it, and the price does end up delivering, and still holding. Yeah, still basically holding that the 5 minute fair value up. So that one was a loss that we did take. And then let's check the next days. Now this was another AM session trade. Alright. So we do have this tap into this it's not a 15 minute. Yeah, so we do have a tap into this 15 minute. And then we do get an inverse right here, right at the 15 minute. So it's pretty cool how that works, right? We tap into that 15 minute, and then we get an inverse right as this 1 minute manipulates slower. And you get this inverse. And this is just something I want to check. I didn't do this while trading this, but this is something I might have wanted to look out. So, alright, we do have that inverse. Pretty good inverse, boom. We went break even at this high just because this was inside of a 5 minute. Yeah, it was inside of a 5 minute, so we went break even. So we got break even on that. But I hated the fact that we were still trading upwards, right? And then we finally inversed it up here. Yeah, we get the inverse on this candle. And so we put a market order in, and boom, kadoosh it. And as you can see, that actually goes up to yeah, that goes up to that 3 standard deviation. This might be something we incorporate, or just, you know, standard deviation. But yeah, we do re-enter on that 5 minute right here, and we go pretty tight stops. We go just right below the candle body of the 5 minute that or right at the candle body of the 5 minute that inverse this fair value gap, and we cash on that for a 1-to-1, pretty much. All right, let's check our next trade. All right, here's our next trade. So this is also a New York Open trade. All right. Excuse me. So we have a retracement back. You know, as you can see, price is selling off. We have a retracement back into this 5 minute fair value gap, and yeah, yep, the 5 minute fair value gap. We got a 1 minute that opens up here. Now this isn't the most right here. This isn't really too convincing. Excuse me. Because we don't inverse it, and we literally just respect it. Right. So I do think we trade up higher. Yep. And then this. Oops. Yeah. Missed this. So now on this candle, this is where we actually get the inverse, and this is with volume. So I really like this. We market order this, and I think we were targeting. Now this is crazy. You know, we did not catch all this. It was such a fast move that I think we even lost money because we still had I believe we probably took partials on the way down of this 1 minute candle, which was, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't this day. We'll see. But we had the TP here just because there was a 5 minute, this unfilled 5 minute. So we were anticipating maybe some reaction here. But no, it really just runs all these lows. You could have cashed a nice 4-1. Instead we get a 1-1. You know, you feel me? And look. Also, if we do the standard deviation, the standard deviation wasn't too crazy. You know? Yeah, not bad. Not bad, I guess. But yeah, I really like that trade because we closed with volume. Even though we had already tapped into it, we had closed out with volume. So it was a pretty good trade for that one. So that one was, of course, a win. Let's go to the next day's trade. For 30 minutes. Yeah, it hasn't been the best price action all week. I mean, I wish it was better price action than, you know, what it was. But beggars cannot be choosers. So, was there any trade here? Did we just completely miss this one? Okay, we completely missed this one up here. Okay. So with this one, this was what? Also the morning trade. And New York AM session trade. Alright, so we do get a tap into this, which is a 5 minute fair value gap. I believe so, right? Yeah, this 5 minute. We tap into that consequent encroachment. I was at 5 minute. Whatever, the 1 minute, you know, this just looks nasty, right? We finally get some movement, some volume. I don't think we have any 2 minutes. Just that 1 minute. So that 1 minute was the highest time frame. Get this inversion here, and we enter in this candle. Go break even at that internal high, just because we hated this kind of price action. We just, you know, had so much low resistance here. So yeah, it goes here and it goes straight to break even. But good thing we went break even here because we would have got stop rated. So wasn't a bad break even. But I think that was it for that trade. We did not take any more trades after that one. Let's see. All right. We are close to our next days. Let's see. Still go a little bit more ahead. Right. Oh man, this is taking so long to get there. These are 5 minute candles. Like, this is crazy. Alright. So here on this, we tap into this. What is this? A 50 minute? Yeah, this 50 minute fair value gap. Could have been also a. No. Yeah, it was just that 15 minute. It's up into that 15 minute, which we didn't like either because we left these highs right here. But we had break even pretty quick on that just because we did leave those highs up there. and it wasn't what we wanted to see, but I do think we get a... Was it 15 minute? Oh, it was 15 minute, okay. Just because we were trading it. Alright, excuse us for that. Right here, this... we did not like any of this just because we were still trading it into, you know, even though we had inverse this fair value gap, that single candle had traded it into a 15 minute. You know, you could make an argument that, really you couldn't make the argument for either one of those, except for maybe this one. But even that one, I mean, this one kind of tapped into the 15 minute. Oh no, this one created the 15 minute, I believe. Alright, 10, 12, yeah. That one created the 15 minute, so maybe that one was valid. But we really just waited for the 15 minute to get inversed. Once the 15 minute got inversed, which we never do, again, we never do. We went back to the lower time frame, and we saw we were still respecting the inverse, and we went break even here and TP1, just because this was inside of a fair value gap. Also, that 5 minutes, so we could, you know, see some, you know, something reverse off of there, and we do, right? So this was a good break even in TP1. Well, not really TP1. I would probably TP. I would want it to TP like down here, but good break even spot at least. So that was that. Overall this week, price action been bullshit and pretty much. Let's see. Alright. So this is the last trade that we took. This is Friday's trade, or yesterday's trade that we took. Oh my gosh. This is okay. I don't do anything here. Alright, we got market open. Alright, so we tap into this, which is a 15 minute? Is it a 15 minute? Yeah, this 15 minutes, so we tap into this 15 minute. And, but just barely, you know, this is one of those things that we just barely tap into, so we don't take anything here. Not even this inverse, which again would have probably been either a break even or a loss. But we do tap into it higher, we sweep out those internal highs. And then we get this inverse, which isn't, again, it's not the cleanest inverse. Wait, actually, let's see. Is it 2 minute or is it 3 minute? Was it 2 minute? Pretty sure. Yeah, so we get this 2 minute. No, this 2 minute wasn't too bad, but again, not the cleanest because we had already traded into it and respected it, and then we inversed. But I did want to take a stab at it. I do take a stab at it right here, boom. And, oh wait, no, actually I think we went break even. Right, that fair value gap, just because we had that fair value gap there, still in that 1 minute. So we go break even pretty quick, and good break even spot, just because, I mean, we would have sold out. Right, this one I think overall just the bias was wrong, just because we were trending upwards, and on the higher time frame, yeah, we're still trending upwards. I mean, I think on this day a lot of people were talking about longs, but you know, if you look at the chart here, we made a lower low right here, lower high. It's not like for this thing bearish to me. I don't know how people could see longs, but a continuation bearish, continuation bear trades seem like they could bank on this. But yeah, not terrible. I don't think our bias has been incorrect on too many of the trades. It's just been price action, right? People say, oh, don't blame the price action, but I mean, who else am I supposed to blame? I do think maybe some of the trades were a little forced, but it's because price action makes me kind of like look at those trades and rethink if I should enter them or not. And then sometimes some of the worst trades will play out. Some of the trades I'll be like, oh no, this is BS. It'll play out. So it'll be stuff like that. But show you the P&L. This is this week's P&L across the 3 accounts. And then on our wealth charts, let's check on our wealth charts. $1,170 on our wealth charts accounts. I mean, on our Tradeaway accounts is our total P&L. So not bad. But we do want to see this next month. We do overall. I guess this is a green month. Let's check the Tradeaway accounts. Yeah, it doesn't tell us what is our overall P&L for the month. But yeah, it's about like 3K. So it's about the same amount. So yeah, that is it for this this trade recap for this week. And I do appreciate you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.